Achieving this target 6 years ahead of schedule reflects China's strong determination and confidence in meeting its dual carbon goals. In the past 3 years, the Chinese government's work reports have continuously put emphasis on the conservation and restoration of mountains, waters, forests, farmlands, grasslands, and deserts. Accordingly, China's installed renewable energy capacity has surpassed its thermal power capacity for the first time in history. Every spinning wind turbine blade across China is telling a story of democracy and ecological harmony. Here are last year's buzzwords in the ecological domain. Let's start with renewable energy. Yale Environment 360 pointed out in an article in 2022, China installed roughly as much solar photovoltaic capacity as the rest of the world combined. A Reuters article titled, "China Leads Renewables Charge in Asia, Others Need to Catch Up," also highlights China's formal target is to have wind and solar installed capacity of 1,200 gigawatt by 2030, but the IEA said as of April this year it was already at 1,130 gigawatt. Achieving this target 6 years ahead of schedule reflects China's strong determination and confidence in meeting its dual carbon goals.
We are really happy to see China is putting a path towards a green and a low carbon development. They do that for the fourfold purposes. One is to bring human development back in harmony with nature.
The realization of harmonious coexistence between humans and nature hinges on the protection of our planet's biodiversity. At COP16 in October 2024, China successfully completed the presidency handover. During its COP15 presidency, China led the adoption of historic milestones, including the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, the creation of the Kunming Biodiversity Fund, and the release of the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, solidifying a strong political legacy.
The Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework is like the Paris Agreement of biodiversity.
By November 2024, China marked a key achievement in desertification control with the completion of a 3,046-kilometer green sand fixation belt around the Taklamakan Desert. So far, 53% of China's desertifiable land has been effectively managed, with a net reduction of 4.33 million hectares of desertified land. China is the first in the world to achieve zero growth in land degradation and a double reduction in desertification and sandification. As desertification control is a global challenge, China is actively sharing its solutions. The country has developed over 100 desertification prevention technologies, many of which are now being applied in over 40 countries and regions.
We have learned so many things about the technology of combating desertification from the Chinese. As you can see, we are also now in China learning more new technologies in combating desertification in Nigeria and Africa in general.
From the goal setting at the two sessions to each concrete action implemented, China remains resolute in its pursuit of ecological civilization. This ongoing green transformation is a promise for the future and also a significant contribution to the ecological well-being of all humanity.